right, here we are, lunch therapy. I got my pals here, the Meerkats. It is Monday. So good to be here with y'all. I got a thing in my head. I don't know. I had some crazy technical wackiness just before the show, so I got the music way too high, of course. So it's going to be a really wacky show because my external hard drive just died just like seconds before the show, so that's kind of fun. But I'm here. I made it. And y'all are here, and we've got some really fun stuff lined up. If it holds together. The doors are falling off as I drive this thing today, but it's okay. I'll get it fixed. Let's get into the show as I scream into the microphone. I'm looking forward to it. I got the thing on my head to make sure that my head doesn't explode. I got a couple of good Meerkats here. And here we go. Hey, Guy Fly. How's your eye? I'm gonna get myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. Hey, guys, I'm gonna get myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. Hey, guys, I'm gonna get myself a modem. I'm gonna get myself a modem. Oh yeah, I need to breathe for sure. Let's get these Meerkats out of here. So I'm so glad to have this background from Todd Lee of the Moose Lodge, because it's going to help me out with the breathing today. Because I don't know, Boney, I think he was messing around. I think he was trying to keep his entire collection of Breaking Bad that he has downloaded from the internet on the hard drive itself, and then he had his whole Doctor Who collection, and I think he just filled the thing up. I don't know. There's Todd's dog in the background. All right, let's breathe. Hoi foie gras, goy floys. All right. Foie gras. We don't do that here because that's ducks. I think that's ducks. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I needed to do one of those things where I breathe out first before I took in the air. Geese. Are there geese back there? Oh, geese. Foie gras. I'm not very French. I can't even pronounce it. Foie gras. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. I think they got some duck too. Duck foie gras. Let it go. Oxygen going through. It's Monday. Anything can happen on Monday. I want to get this week started off right, regardless of any stupid technical problems. This week is officially Mars Week. Yeah. It's lunch therapy. I'm your host, Joel William Marshall. Let's just take a minute. Taking our third breath, in through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Those goose livers are pretty tasty. Let it go. There's going to be some really random stuff happening today, so hold your hats. So let's take a minute and look at my name, Joel William Marshall. I wanted it to be changed. I didn't like it. Too many L's. There's how many L's? Joel William Marshall. There's like 5 L's in that thing. But, I break it down, and Joel, the name Joel means, it means he that wills or commands. Seems pretty good, right? And then the middle name also has will in it. William, Will I Am. I think I had the name before he did, but he learned how to pronounce it properly. And then Marshall, Mars. It is Mars Week. The god of war, I believe. 3 first names. Yeah, I have 3 first names: Joel, William, Marshall, Mars, and then there's an H in there, but then there's all, which is sort of the all-encompassing. The all-encompassing. So it's a pretty powerful name. Pretty powerful name. Todd Lee says, so do you have to harvest the liver before or after the tongue? I had some tongue in Beijing, tastes like chicken. Anybody out there had meerkat? Because today we're going to talk a lot about meerkats. Twitter seems to be having some chat issues. Ganell is losing his mind over it. Somebody needs a stress tab, maybe some meditation. Yeah, so for those of you that might not have been here before, this is a show where we take a break from all the garbage that's going on in the world, anything in your life that might suck. This is the place to take a break from it. We draw a circle on the floor, we walk in, we leave all our garbage and our baggage. Am I fuzzy? I'm probably fuzzy, and it probably is your eyes. It's probably both those things. Marshall, Will, and Joel on a routine expedition to the greatest earthquake ever known, down into the valley. I get that sometimes. It's good to see Lauren Wesley Ackerman embrace the paper name, says the dude named Lauren. I like it. Embrace the paper name, the name on the paper. Loretta is here. It's great to see you. She's been a vegetarian for 52 years. Let's give a round of applause. In fact, let's give... Oh, I don't know if any of these buttons are working today. Laughter. We don't want laughter. We want applause. Nothing. I got nothing today. But I'll give you some applause. I was a vegetarian for 10 years, and it was pretty good, and I'm always just trying to get back there. It's like the first time, you do heroin. You're always trying to get back to that high. That's what they tell me. We used to give Guignil bottles of stress tabs back in the day. Apparently, we need to renew the subscription. It's remarkable how calm I am today, considering just before the show, my whole computer system exploded. Good thing I had Boney around here my assistant Boney, to fix it, because he was stressed. He was really stressed. Clap, clap, clap. That's for the vegetarianism. We should all be vegetarians. Why do we eat some animals and not others? We should either eat all of them or none of them. And I think I vote for none of them. Yeah. So let's get on with the show, because there's a lot going on today. First of all, we're going to play Dead or Napping, which is a lot of your favorite game. This is a game invented by Joel Jeske, the clown, the master clown. And this is a Dead or Napping that was sent in to me by one of our viewers, Cult of the Hummingbird. Yeah, you eat everything. You eat no meat except Zanku chicken. I'm glad you're all here, because I need people to be really involved today, because this is just going to be a mess. What about the bug parts that get into your rice? I actually have, since I was in India and studying yoga and hanging out with those people who really practice yoga for real, people from all over the world that converge on India. They believe in saving they don't squash. Somebody goes, oh, there's a spider. They don't step on it. They take it outside. So I do that. But anyway, dead or napping. That's what we're doing. Dead or napping. We figure out if it's dead or napping. And this happens to be a cat from Guignil. Dead or napping. All you vegetarians out there, is it a dead cat? Or is it a napping cat? Anyone? Let's see, one day I'll eat a bat. What does the spider have to do with bugs in your rice? Well, they're insects. And we're going to find out. I still eat mostly fruits and vegetables. Lauren does. He used to be... napping. That was napping. There you go. Napping. The car is high. If anybody has any videos, animal videos in particular, purposely not killed the bug parts in the rice. Napping. Thank you. Somebody got it right. Thank you, Kamala. Somebody got the game right. We'll get better at it. If you want to send in videos for the show, especially animal videos or background videos, I love it when people do that. Please send them my way. You can send them through Facebook or you can go to my website and there's actually a link where you can upload things if you're into that. Again, napping. But today we're going to do a segment. Well, first we're going to go have a watch party. So let's get into the watch party. All right, so this is something that I wanted to show you all because I don't understand it. I don't know where this is happening. This is a lot of T-Rexes. And I thought maybe it was, I don't know, deep fake or something like that, where they faked this somehow. But this is actually a whole bunch of people dressed as Tyrannosaurus Rexes running as fast as they can possibly run. It must be some kind of a competition because I don't know how you could get people to do this. This is KSAT 12 channel on YouTube. And look at them. They're just running. I mean, just like their life depends on it. And I mean, this can't be Los Angeles because in Los Angeles, you can't even get 5 people to wear a mask at the same time, let alone a costume, a T-Rex costume. I think the bet on napping is always good if it's a cat. I think you're right. Joel Jeski. Harder to tell with that guy. Yeah, you're right. We should get Joel back on the show. Emerald Downs, a.k.a. Longacres. That's what I thought, but I don't know. Maybe it is Seattle. Emerald Downs was Seattle. I don't know. We used to call it Longacres. Anyway, that was, that's how I wanted to start you off today. Already, it's uplifting to see people engaged in that kind of physical competition and in that kind of shape, We're moving on now. A lot of you asked about this last time, and it was odd pairings of animals, unbelievable, unlikely animal friendships. This is kind of beautiful. Yeah, I kind of really enjoy this. This makes me feel better about the world when I see an orangutan with a dog. Jerry Parton is here. Says Emerald Downs. Oh, it said Emerald Downs right there. So in Seattle, you can get people to wear like T-Rex costumes. Maybe somebody knows about this. You can get people to wear T-Rex costumes and just run as fast as humanly possible. But you can't get them to wear masks all in the same room. They train these guys with tiny cavemen instead of rabbits. I worked on a commercial for Emerald Downs once, and I had to pick up a chimpanzee at the airport. See, that's another unlikely animal friendship. It's nice. This makes me feel better to see a tiger and some dogs. I'd be kind of worried, though. Wouldn't you be worried if those were your dogs? You'd be like, I don't know about that. Oh, and there's a trash panda. Oh, cat with chicks. All right, we're feeling pretty good now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling a lot better, I'll tell you that. A lot better. All right, let's get on to the next thing. This is a dog, Barclay and Rudy. This is on, the favorite animal site, the dodo. And it is a dog that is in love, or, friends with a duck. Yeah, I imagine you're referring to the last thing, but this is also beautiful. Step away from the raccoon. At least you said raccoon and not trash panda. We're getting somewhere, Matt. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, look at the duck cleaning the dog. It's beautiful, really. It's beautiful. All right, one of the things that we have to get to in this show is we have to answer the question, should we populate Mars with meerkats? Should we colonize Mars with meerkats? And it's a question we're going to have to answer today, but first we're going to have to find out about meerkats. But right now we're on ducks. Check this out. This is nuts. These are ducks in Thailand. And you were talking earlier about the rice and the bugs in your rice. Well, this is I mean, it's amazing how much this show addresses everybody's issues. And here's what you do about the bugs in your rice. This is rice fields in Thailand, and they send the ducks out there to eat the bugs. See? Got any grapes? I don't know. Kamala says Mars sucks. Well, yeah, that's because we saw the movie The Martian a couple weekends ago, which spurred on Mars Week. This is this one, we got to turn the music off because this is a sperm whale. Sperm whale. Check that out. This is an incredible channel. I want you to all go over there and subscribe. It's called Susan Bird. And she's not a bird. She's more like a fish. She goes down there and hangs out with the whales. There's just tons and tons of whale videos on there. Don't send the poor ducks or the meerkats to Mars. Well, we'll find out because meerkats might be suited to Mars. They might be very well suited to Mars, much more than humans. But, you know, the thing about sperm whales is why do Way of the Whale? That's her thing. We're going to watch this in a second. But why do they call them sperm whales? And should there be words in the English language that were like, that doesn't really work anymore? You know, because it's awkward to call them sperm whales. It's like, you know, the planet, Uranus. Can't we just change the name? I mean, it's so awkward. I can't imagine what it's like in, you know, teaching elementary school, you have to say that. And, you know, why do we torture ourselves? Or the news people? Is it just like a funny joke, perhaps? And then the sperm whales, I don't know. There's probably other words like that. Maybe somebody could tell me. We got to go through the English language and just call out the awkward words, I think. Yeah. This is just something, if you ever wondered, you know, if you ever thought, hey, that'd be really scary to do one of those really huge ski jumps, you'll find out after watching this video here that it's really worse than you think it is. It's actually horrifying. Thank God we're doing this with this person but I feel, I'm scared. It just seems like not a smart thing to do. I don't care. That's what I like about the GoPro cameras is people can do things and you don't have to. You know, they do things for you. You can experience them and never go down a ski jump ever. Let's see. Spermus. Right. Let's change it to Euspermus. I mean, I was thinking they named one of the planets Pluto out there. Why don't they just call the other one Goofy? Euspermus does not work. Oh no. Well, it makes for some good humor, I guess. Maybe there should be more awkwardly named things. Reminds me of Beavis and Butthead. You know, it's weird because sometimes we avoid these things. Like, you know, we say the balls of my feet, but we don't say, you know, my balls and expect people to know that you're talking about the ones on your feet. You should just have something, you know, completely different. Now it's getting awkward, but this is another one that's like, thank God this person did this so I didn't have to. And I want to ask you all about this because my biggest question, Jeff Lohman posed this when I sent it to him. This is a person riding. Have you ever seen those people in the winged suits? This is someone riding one of those people. I'm going to turn off the music because I'm sure that I'll get, you know, banned or something for playing the music. We'll just play this music. It's kind of similar. So yeah, so here's this woman. She's riding on the back of a fool. I mean, not a fool. I want to go like full screen with this thing. Look at this. Is this happening or is this some? And how are they filming it? Like who? What I've learned is that there's a particular kind of a camera, a GoPro camera, a new one. She put on your helmet and somehow you get this view. It's nuts. And we're gonna stay just to see, what happens here. I'm not gonna run it for you. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing I think I've seen on the internet, and I've seen a lot of crazy things. It's a spectacle. Worked on a spot for 76 gasoline, and we had to wrangle 40,000 antenna balls. We said balls a lot for 3 days. Did you see her? She pulled the chute. And she just left. It's a 360 cam. Thank you, Mark Banducci. And is it on his helmet? That's what I want to know. Is it on his helmet? Because I don't know. How does it film in front of him? It's crazy. Save a horse. These are my friends. Save a horse. Ride a cowboy. So I got to turn this down because these are my friends from the Nautilus ship. And when I say friends,
Are your dimmables all the way up?
they do like a mystery science theater way down deep in the ocean.
We're just looking down. It's a deep staria jelly.
You think that's a deep staria animatica?
Yes, it's on his helmet. I don't know how that works, Mark.
Hey,
I don't
thank
know.
you, Lee.
She bailed out.
Really big.
She was like,
Oh, goodness. What's going on in there?
It's engulfing.
it's nuts.
Eat her. It's coming.
Good lens, huh?
So yeah, these people,
Yeah.
men and women, they're way deep down the ocean. They're on the Nautilus. I highly recommend
So
you
usually
subscribe
they
to
look
their
like
channel
this, right? They're all
what they
kind of
do is
worked out. We
they
got to see this guy draped out.
I'll let them talk.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a little thruster action.
Yeah, that's okay.
Whoa, look at the inside.
You really nailed it, guys.
Oh my gosh.
And they
Nice
love
work,
this
Aaron.
stuff. That's the cool thing. They
This is
they love
definitely
it.
a highlight.
Yeah, bioluminescence.
Yeah.
I watch this sometimes. I don't know. They've got some kind of laser that they're
So,
shooting.
Brennan, do you think we would have seen this if we
Doesn't
had
hurt
all
the
our
animal.
lights on?
No animals are harmed in this
Oh,
thing.
I mean, he didn't.
All right, we got to move on. Thanks, Mark Banducci. We're going to move on to Meerkats. But Mark, that thing, the helmet, it's just like it's on the helmet and then somehow it's shooting 360 and somehow you get a perspective of not being on the helmet, which is, it's hard to really wrap my head around. It's now on my bucket list. You're going to ride some winged fool. Let's see, looks like a glob of nuclear waste floating in the water. I was thinking it looked like a plastic bag, but it's actually this incredible sea creature way down deep in the ocean. And that's where some of the most incredible creatures are because they have to, they look totally different because the pressure is so intense down there. So intense. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about meerkats. How did we get involved in meerkats? I showed some meerkats last week, and someone said that they were some other kind of animal, and I got confused. And I was like, well, what do I know about meerkats? And it turns out nothing. I knew nothing about them. I didn't know where they live, why they have those dark circles around their eyes, why they're standing on their hind legs all the time. Well, I'll tell you, I found out. They tend to live in southern part. I think that's Uranus. Uranus. See, we have to even pronounce it wrong. Uranus. That's it. That's what Cult of the Hummingbird last week said it was a marmot. Apparently, I don't know the difference between a marmot, and I was going to look that up. I don't know the difference between a meerkat and a marmot. I really don't. I know that a meerkat is a form of mongoose. It's like a weasel. But anyway, they live in the southern part of Africa. And they live in, wait for it, what is a group of meerkats called? Does anybody know? It's called, of course, the chat is delayed, so probably lots of people know, but I'll tell you what it is. They're called a mob. It's a mob of meerkats. And they live in a group, in a mob. And the mob is anywhere from like 3 of them to like 30 of them. And the reason they stand up on their hind legs like that is because they take watch. they will take turns taking watch. They're a real community, I'll tell you. They stand up on their hind legs. They're looking around for predators. A lot of the predators are like hawks and birds that come down and take them away. And so they always have somebody on watch, sometimes an hour at a time. Usually the watches are about an hour long. And they also are very, they're a little bit violent, especially the females. There's always a dominant alpha male and a dominant female in each mob. Sometimes people call them gangs. I prefer mob. Mob sounds good. Those dark bands under their eyes, that's because of the sun. Like a football player. It stops the glare from getting in their eyes, and they can see better. And they also they like to wrestle. I don't know why. They like to wrestle each other. That's just another weird thing about meerkats. And they live in burrows. They burrow down the ground. Sometimes they grab other people's burrows. And sometimes there are snakes in there, and they are actually like the mongoose, I guess. They are actually immune to snake bites. Yeah. And then the other thing is, when they're watching out for animals coming to kill them, they can actually speak a language. So that, like, if they yell out, they go, "Wah!" I don't have the sound here for you. But if they make a sound, it indicates what kind of animal it is. So they know what to do. Like, do I, go down in the burrow? Do I run as fast as I can away? Is it a predator that's on? There's a person actually that simulated different attacks, and then they codified all the different sounds that the meerkat makes. And there's a whole bunch of different sounds. And so then they went back and played the sounds, and the meerkats did different things depending on the sound. So it's like a remote controlled meerkat, which might be another reason to send them to Mars. We'll have to get to that, like meerkats on Mars. Here's some more meerkats. See, there they are in their little burrows. They're day animals. You might think that they were night animals because they've got those big eyes, but they're actually day animals. They get up early in the morning. They start their watch. They make the more subordinate ones in the mob take care of the kids. And that's males and females take care of the kids. Anybody make a meerkat hat or shawl? They might. We're vegetarians today here, Todd. They probably evolve. They'd probably evolve into mere crabs on Mars. Yeah, so why Mars? Why Mars? It's a good question. Why would we send them to Mars? One more thing. I just got to tell you this. They run 37 miles an hour. Yeah. All right, so now we're going to get into the Mars thing, and then we're going to bring it around to the meerkats. Here we go. So, saw the movie The Martian. I mean, it's about time, right? It came out in, I don't know when, long time ago. Probably all of you have seen it. But I just didn't know, I don't know why I didn't see this movie. Behind me is actually Jordan, a place in Jordan where they shot a lot of the outdoor parts of this movie. The rest of them, they shot like in Bulgaria or someplace like that. There's a giant set somewhere where they shot this whole thing. But basically, Matt Damon, he's in a colony, like a NASA colony on Mars, and he gets left behind. He gets left behind, and he has to survive out there on Mars. So I was like, well, is this something that we're looking to do? Like, why do we want to go to bucket list? The term bucket list. No idea what that means, Loretta, but it's interesting. It's interesting. You piqued my interest for sure. It's something about bucket list. So yeah, so Mars. What do we know about Mars? I want to find out. So there's some really interesting stuff that I want to show you. First, I want to answer a question. So this is a Mars rover. this is a Mars rover, and I just want to answer one question before you get all crazy, and because I know that you're wondering, and I really did not address this, and it was not this animal here. Sorry to back up, but I got to back up because I wanted to address the fact that although meerkats eat bugs, and they are vegetarians or they're insectarians, they also love pumpkins. It's a thesis on the show that all animals love pumpkins. You know, and it's not just one video of them with pumpkins, but it's like, you know, they love them just like all animals. All animals love pumpkins. Anyway, this was a total digression, and I apologize, but it was something that I wanted to make sure that we covered. But anyway, so Mars. Where is Mars? Everybody, you know, you can look at this thing. So on the NASA website, they have our solar system. And of course, Mars is a little farther out than we are. This is super cool. By the way, on the NASA websites, there's so many cool things. You know, a few weeks back, we docked a ship on the International Space Station. Wait a minute, those pumpkins are full of bugs. Maybe they just like the bugs in the pumpkins. I don't know. But yeah, so Mars is a little farther out than us. And I've been doing some research on Mars, and apparently we've been to Mars. We've been going to Mars. I didn't know this, not people, but we've been sending stuff up to Mars since the 60s, since like 1965. We've gone on, and not just us, but the Russians and the Europeans and lots of people have been sending these things, probes up there, and most of the time they fail. Most of the time, what happens is they'll send something up there. They'll go through this whole years and years and years process to get something up there, and they lose contact with it. Making things and sending them to Mars is the most frustrating job there is. It is. And why are we doing it? Why? Does anybody know why we want to populate Mars? It's like we're already, you know, we've got this beautiful planet. It's got water. It's 70% water. We've got these incredible organisms, and we're already screwing this up. Why are we going, oh, well, what about that over there? And that planet, Mars, has some water. They found that it has some water, and the water is on the polar caps. So they've got frozen water up there. That's it, though. Haven't found life, but we keep sending it up there, and there's no atmosphere. It's all carbon dioxide. Did they send probes to Uranus? I'm sure they did. Okay, here we go. Explanation from Loretta. Bucket list is because they kicked the bucket out from under the person when they lynched them. No way. I don't know. A good guy like you prefer wish list to bucket list. It's a gruesome term. Most people don't know. Well, that's shocking. That's shocking, Loretta. I didn't know that. I thought it was because, when they say kick the bucket, that somebody died. It's because they were being hanged. That's terrible. That's good to know. See, that's another thing that we should probably get rid of from our language, if that's the case, because that's exactly. We should focus on preserving the earth. Okay, thank you for bringing me back. Yes, so we should focus on preserving the earth, but this is one thing that is interesting about Mars, is that it probably had water a long, long time ago. So they find all these canals, they find all these things, and it probably, I don't have a picture because my hard drive died, but it basically was the bottom part of it looks like was all land, and the top part of it was all water. And it's about half the size of the Earth. But it looks like it used to have an atmosphere, used to have all this water and all this land. And I'm guessing, probably life. I'm just going to go there. Probably had some life up there. And maybe it was like so long ago that we have no idea about it. It was, billions and billions of years ago. And they screwed it up somehow. They could have screwed it up. Maybe when we're going up to Mars, we're going into the future of Earth if we continue this way. Recently I saw this documentary about aliens. And they said the aliens came down here and tried to stop us from using our nuclear weapons. And then also the aliens, this is like some supposedly documented. And then they had people that had witnessed aliens that came, these kids, aliens came down to their school and said, look, you people need to look at what you're doing to the environment. That's what they said to the kids. So maybe when we're looking at Mars, we're going, maybe that's another like warning sign. We're studying it. We're like, wow, like why doesn't it have an atmosphere? And maybe it had an atmosphere before, which it seems like it did. But they're like, oh, what happened to the atmosphere? They think that some kind of solar winds pulled the atmosphere off of there. But you don't know. We don't know. Maybe it was people just like us. Can make it the fuck it list. Yeah, that'd be better. Yeah, never using that word again. That phrase again. Or maybe we're finding a great place to build some condos for people that work at Google. That's what I think's going on, which is ridiculous. There is a whole site devoted to people that want to colonize Mars. And of course, Elon Musk and everybody, they're all. But I think really we'll get up there, we'll be walking around, and maybe it'll be colonized, and then all of a sudden we'll see the Statue of Liberty torch, sticking out of the sand, like in Planet of the Apes. The other thing is, they'd like to move to Mars. You don't want to live on Mars. Mars doesn't seem very higgy. Yeah, it's not higgy at all. So now the latest things that they're doing is they've really mapped the entire thing, and they're seeing there's a giant crater there, and there's mountains that are just 20, I don't know, lots, really high mountains, much higher than Mount Everest. And what they're finding though is like they can't find any life yet. So they're trying to send probes to the ice part to see if there's anything still in there, anything frozen in the ice. And we're desperately, and we also sent this thing, I'll show you. Obviously I have to end the show pretty soon. But there's a lot of really interesting stuff out here. This is it, Perseverance. This is the next thing they're sending out there. But they sent this one up there that all it did, this is it. No, this is not it. I see I'm massively screwed up right now because of the global warming. No, but they sent something up there just to dig, because they're like, well, maybe if the life isn't on the surface, maybe it's down deep in the planet. Maybe all the life went underground. And they're like, maybe there's some plants down there. Maybe there's some, who knows? Maybe there's some Martians down there. I kind of doubt it. But maybe. I don't know why. Because otherwise, you'd probably see them walking around on the top occasionally. But maybe this is the only reason I can think of to send meerkats there, is because they're used to that kind of environment. And they dig. They're really good diggers. And we could put them in little, astronaut suits and have them dig, and then they could see. Because they spent all this time and all this money sending something up there, sending a probe up there, that all it was going to do was dig down to see if they could find some Martians living under the thing. And you know what? They got it up there, and it couldn't dig. I had a picture of it, but it couldn't dig. So if we had the thing open up and the meerkats come out with their little Matt Damon suits on, they could start digging, and at least we'd solve that problem. Create fun with our photos in our Mars photo booth. There's so much fun to be had here. If I would. Did you hear about the Whole Foods up there? Yeah, there's the Whole Foods. It's underground as well. All right, I gotta move. I gotta end the show. We've got to end the show. I got through it. Regardless, we all, learned some things, and I learned some stuff, especially about that camera, the GoPro camera on the head. Don't understand it really, but I learned it. And now we're going to get into the dance break. Again, it's, all my plans were dashed by the hard drive incident. But let's get into the dance party. It's probably not going to work. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to work. So we're going to improvise a dance party here, because at the end of the show, we do a dance break, and we listened to some really cool people. And I'm going to find where they are because, I don't want to let you all down. This is them. So this is Yatao, Phoenix, Headpan, and Didge. So it's didgeridoo and one of those hand pans. And it's from Yateo Music. I hope they don't mind, but we're going to listen to a little bit of this. Throw caution to the wind. We're going to listen to this song here. I hope you all enjoyed the show today. I'm going to be quiet while we listen to this. Fuck it list is perfect. From now on, we will now say fuck it list. We will continue to say Uranus until we come up with a better name. We will say sperm whale. But there's got to be a better. Maybe Joel whale. Kind of getting to be a whale these days with all that ice cream that I'm eating. Anyway, let's get on here. Yatao, Phoenix, Handpan, and Didge. I love this stuff. I don't know about y'all. I love the didgeridoo. I love the handpan. I'm in love with those instruments. Don't want to play them though. Just want to listen. That one because he's got kiss makeup on. Anyway, we'll see you all on Wednesday for more lunch therapy. Can't even do that. I can't even go out there. I'm gonna have to work on it. I can't even let myself out of my own show right now. I don't have the exit. Here it is.